Hello, Mojo family. Welcome. Welcome to the Mojo Show, where real life meets real stories and sometimes even the future. I'm your host, Missy Djomo. So, tonight we're stepping into the biggest conversation of this time, and that's artificial intelligence. Now, I know what you're thinking. AI is everywhere. And it is, from TikTok filters to self-driving cars and even those little voices that answer you when you say, "Hey Siri." But tonight we're going to ask the deep, deep questions. Well, one question in particular. Who's shaping who? Is AI shaping us, or are we shaping AI? That is the question. So before we dive in, I'm going to see who is in the chat today. Hey, Patricia, I see one in the chat. So we are going to keep going. We're going to keep moving. Um, let's see. Make sure you push that like button. All right. Who else is in the chat? I see Patricia. Good afternoon. Who else is there? Tell us where you're watching from. I want to see the boundaries, the borders that we are broadcasting from. All right, all right, all right, all right. Facebook, where you at? Facebook, where are you? Where are you at? We are waiting on you to come on so we can take a deep dive into this conversation. Where you at? All right. So we're gonna go on. Now on this platform, I love to keep it real and keep it real personal. That's why I want to bring this conversation to the world. I'm sorry, to worlds many of you already know. So you followed me through single parenting, where we talked about the truth of the struggles in raising solo. Then you followed me through the lemonade life. We're turning life's sour moments into some sweet victories. Then we tackled love across borders, the beauty of and the challenges of being married to someone from another country. Because AI isn't just technology, it's about how it touches real lives, our families, and our relationships. So we're gonna keep going, but who's in the chat? Let's see you. Let's see you. Looking for my real family to show up, show up, show up. So now let's what I'm going to do today is approach each subject as we have discussed previously. So as a single parent, life is, I see you, I see you. Who is that? Good evening, good evening. Nika's Pep Talks. Oh, yes. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to the show. So, how about this? As a single parent, life is already about juggling responsibilities, right? all right, making decisions, you're on your own, and sometimes you're feeling like you just have to do it all. So now we're going to add AI to the mix. Let's think about it, okay? AI can help with homework, um, scheduling, um, tending, reminding us of tasks, because I don't know about you, but if it wasn't for my phone reminding me of some of the things I need to take care of, I would definitely miss out. I am not kidding. How about some of you? Are y'all feeling me out there? My phone literally reminds me of everything, even 10 minutes before it's time to start my podcast. Am I the only one? Am I the only one? I see a few more people have come online. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me know that you are here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, but say hello. Let me know where you're chatting from. I want to see how far this reach is. So we are going to continue to pick up the conversation about AI. So here is the real question for single parents. Do we use AI as a tool, or are our kids starting to see AI as the parent that we are too busy to be? That is the question. Yes. Um, so what do you say? What do you think? Is AI maybe even we can see them as raising our children? Because I remember as a single parent, to keep my child just busy so that I could actually accomplish some things, I used to give a tablet and they would stay and watch that tablet for I don't even know how long. I'm embarrassed now as I look back because I, I didn't realize the impact, but we're going to talk about that later. Oh, you didn't get one from YouTube, huh? I'm not sure what happened. So I need y'all to help me. Y'all share, 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 share. Share in the groups, share on your pages. I'm not sure why the YouTube notification didn't go off, but let me check real quick. Let me go on here and check and make sure. So y'all are watching from YouTube. Is that what I'm understanding? Let me make sure that everything is flowing before we get deep into the conversation. Uh-oh. Yep, it is definitely on Facebook. So we're going to keep going. Yes, AI is everywhere, Patricia. It is literally everywhere. You wake up in the morning well, I don't know about you, but I wake up to AI telling me about my schedule for the day, reminding me to even take my medicine. How many of you are on that trip? So let's get back to it. So life throws you lemons, right? Okay, you have divorce, you have job loss, and the struggles of job loss, things that literally can break us down. But AI is being sold as a way to fix it all. Or is it? Need motivation? AI can generate affirmations. That's what I was just saying. When I wake up in the morning, AI is telling me the happy thoughts to think for the day. I don't even have to think about it. It just goes ahead and tells me at that moment. You need therapy? Well, there's uh, uh, chat bots that are available to you 24/7. They never get tired. They never sleep. They're always watching and they're always awake. Um, let's see. AI is truly playing a huge role in the world of parenting. My children are grown now, but I still have a 14-year-old. I've been watching to ensure AI isn't playing a huge role in his everyday life. And that is a great thing because just like I was saying, AI is truly playing a huge role in the world. Just like I was just saying, I didn't realize the impact of sitting my children in front of a tablet while I try to get things done. True, as a single parent, you have to work hard and get things accomplished, but we need to be careful and be aware of what we are allowing to speak to our children. especially when we're not paying attention. It definitely needs to be censored. That is 100%. Island with T, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. So, yet we're going to talk about challenges. Can AI really help us turn lemons into lemonade? Or does it just give us the sweet illusion of healing while the real work, the human growth, is being stumped? Or, or does it depend on us as individuals? I believe the best lemonade still comes from the human heart, not a machine. Let's see. Let's see. AI is doing every, yes, it is scary. The human, yes, yes, yes. We're going to get that. That is absolutely where I'm going here. So, those of you who joined me for my Love Across Borders last week, now let's talk about marriage, especially cross cultural immigrant experiences like we spoke of last week. When you're navigating um, paperwork, language barriers, and long distance family ties, A1 can be a tool to make things easier. Yes, we give it a thumbs up because it definitely has helped me in my relationships, especially translation apps. It my husband is a French speaker, so it definitely has helped, in trying to communicate. So, but here's the twist. Love requires vulnerability, it requires sacrifice and deep understanding. Things that AI cannot necessarily feel. I mean, do you get me on that? So, is AI helping us build stronger relationships, build bridges across cultures? Is it just giving us a shortcut that don't really touch the soul? Now, imagine the same kind of relationship, but not with another person, with a machine. Sounds weird, right? But for some people, it is already happening. People are naming their AI, they're naming their assistants, the AI assistants, they're confiding in them, they're falling in love with them. If you don't believe me, you can look it up and see. It is happening as we are talking. And that is a scary thing. So, are we shaping AI to reflect us, or is AI quietly reshaping us? That is the question. So, Patricia said, yes, AI cannot feel or have emotions. Exactly. It does not feel or have emotions. So, we may be expressing those feelings toward AI, but those feelings are not being reciprocated. AI isn't taught to feel, at least in my knowledge, it is not. So, some people use AI as companionship, right? It listens, it doesn't argue, and it always remembers something that I have trouble doing. Sometimes I don't remember what I did yesterday. But here's the dangers, okay? It's not human. It can't hug you, it can't make sacrifices for you, and it can't truly love you back, as I just said. It reminds me of this long distance relationship. Sometimes technology really truly helps bridge, but it just cannot replace the warmth of a face, of smiling face to face. It can't replace that touch. So that is the downfalls of AI. So let's have a conversation. I really want to know. So AI consists, but the real transformation really has to be on our own. So I wanna know what you all think about that in the chat. As partners across borders, AI can connect us, but it can't replace the true love, right? So there's always gonna, for me, I'm always thinking there's gonna be something missing. At the end of the day, I believe that humans do shape AI, but we have to be intentional. Because think about it like this: I was a single parent, and during the week, my children were with me at home, and then on the weekend, they would go with their dad. So when they were at home, I was programming them to operate in our home setting. And then when they went to their dads, they were programmed to operate in their dad's setting. So I kind of see AI like that. Um, it's being taught by billions of different people, but which character is it taking on? Because not only is it being taught the good, but it's also being taught the bad. So which one will it build on? That is the question. Let's go to the chat. Hi. Hi, welcome to the show. So Patricia says AI isn't human, but AI is brilliant in the works of intelligence. It's absolutely, AI is in human nature of emotional state. Yeah, it doesn't express. You'll never see an AI cry. You'll never see it laugh. Actually, um I was messing around with AI with Alexa the other day, and I was like, "Tell me a joke," and so told me a joke, and then when I told one back, there was nothing. And so it's not going to laugh, it's not going to cry with you. So those are the limitations. So, like I said, it's all about being intentional. We have to be intentional about making sure that we are shaping AI. So, let me ask you this. I want to hear from you. Would you ever date or even befriend an AI if it could perfectly understand you? Drop your thoughts in the chat. Let me see what you got. Any new people in the building? Let me see you say hi and drop your thoughts in the chat. Let me see. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going. So now let's talk about work. Okay, so at work, I deal with uh, compliance, data calculations, so many things. And so imagine if AI could do all of that instantly. That would save me hours, right? But here's the problem: what happens to our value when machines can do the same job? Hmm. On the other hand, for my business, Royals Collections and Company, I create events, fashion looks, travel experiences. It, I, it can AI can suggest color palettes, maybe. It can write captions, it can edit videos. But can it put the whole vision together in person? That's the thing. It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have my experience. It doesn't have my memories. It doesn't have the creativity of my work. So AI is truly playing a huge role in the world of parenting. Oh, I think we already said that one. I don't know how it went back to that one. So drop your thoughts in the chat. I want to hear more of what your thoughts are. All right. So, what does the future look like? That's what we are here to talk about. I want to hear everyone's thoughts. I want to hear, what do you see the future of AI? Um, Imagine that you are in a workplace where all your coworkers are AI. Okay, classrooms with AI tutors, families where AI schedules the day, cooks the meals, pays the bills. Will we change how we behave to fit AI, or will AI become more human to fit us? That is the question. Patricia says AI will replace a lot of jobs. It will replace humans as well, just like at Tesla when they had layoffs. And that is very true, Patricia. Um, AI will it definitely will replace a lot of jobs. And that is going to be, I mean, we have to keep it real. That's what we do here on this show. We keep everything real. So, with every good, there are some downfalls, period. So, yes, we will have AI will take away some jobs. And as Patricia just showed, it has already done so. And we don't even know um, the limits of that, because if we understand AI skill level at a 5 today, the true capabilities of AI is like at 5,000, because we will not receive everything at once. AI will slowly continue to, it's already evolved, but it will slowly be released to the public over time. And we have no idea, because I just actually got a number today. AI, the strongest computer is 10 teraflops per second. That is the strongest computer. I was thinking to myself, I don't even know what teraflops is. It's beyond the capability of what we can even think. Like, that is beyond my mind. Can someone explain to me teraflops? Maybe someone can explain that to me in the chat, because I have no idea even what that is. So that's what I think about AI, the capabilities that AI already has. And I think I'm so thankful that they didn't just release it, but we need to keep our hands on it and not allow AI to truly shape us. The truth the truth, when I ask if we are shaping AI or if AI is shaping us, I really do think it's a little bit of both. Like I said, as with the Lemonade Life, it always reminds you, setbacks can be setups for comebacks, but AI is not. I don't really feel like AI is here to destroy us. Um, Maybe I just thought about something. Maybe AI is here to reveal us, because it's almost like a reflection in so many ways. So that is another thought. Hmm. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, Patricia says she doesn't know either. How much does that even cost? Probably something I can't afford. That's all I can say about that. So the real question is, are we teaching AI kindness, fairness? Are we teaching it love? Or are we letting it amplify the negative characteristics in us as humans? Is it amplifying anger, our biases, our bad habits? That's what we really need to be aware of. Um, Patricia says AI is so developed and it's very advanced, just like in China they are. Yes, they are so developed in China, and they receive AI full wholeheartedly. So we are working to get there. We're working to get there, but I I just want to know more thoughts. I don't see a lot of people in the chat, but I just really want to know what other people think, because for me, it is truly a scary thought to think about where we going as it relates to the evolution of AI. So come on in the chats. Let's see your questions. What are your thoughts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. So my another thing that I can say about AI is about, a lot of us cannot survive without this thing. How many of you will get to your destination, but because you don't have your phone, you will turn all the way back around and go back to get it? How many of you will do that? I, I know I will. Patricia, you have a lot to. You should come on. I should bring you on to the screen. I'm gonna drop the. I'm gonna drop the link in the comments. I mean, in the chat. So if you're interested in actually coming on, so we can have this conversation, you are welcome to do so. All right, I dropped it. I dropped the link in the chat. So let's get this conversation going. We haven't even touched the core of this conversation yet. Okay, so I know it is funny because we haven't even scratched the surface as it relates to AI. I've just been learning a lot. I've been watching AI videos, and that's what you know what, I actually do have a video that I played earlier today. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. It was very interesting. Just a second. Let's see. Let me bring it up. Give me just a minute. It was a very interesting video. I'm going to play just a few minutes of it, maybe the first 4 or 5 minutes, because it was a very interesting conversation. Okay. Let me see if I can share my screen. Yes, that is not the right one. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it very quickly. I should have saved it. If I don't find it quickly, I'll move on. But I was watching a video today, and I think I might have found it. Make sure you're liking and sharing this video so that we can bring some others in on this conversation. Because I've just grown to kind of worry about the evolution of AI. And I'm curious to know if others are feeling the same way. And I don't know why I can't bring up this video. Uh, I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. So what I'll have to do is when I get it up, I'm gonna have to show it on a. Okay, I can't get it to come up. So all right. So I'm gonna have to share it later. But it was just a really in-depth conversation about AI between this gentleman, and I even forgot his name. I really wish I could find it because it was really informative about the evolution of AI and how we are moving toward robots. Have y'all had the experience of riding in a driverless car? I even found out recently that they have um, driverless 18 wheelers. Now, what about that? are y'all are y'all afraid of that? Because I know that that is something I'm definitely not welcoming. I'm already concerned about drivers in 18 wheelers, let alone uh, driverless 18 wheelers. So, I don't know what is going on with my system today. This is not good. If it's not moving. Okay. Not sure what's going on. Patricia says, "Oh no, I don't think I'm that brave." I'm not that brave. If a driverless taxi or a driverless Uber came to pick you up, would you get in the car? I'm not sure that I would. Does anyone know if there's special ways to call these driverless cars? Because I don't know how that works. I've only seen them on the road. So anybody have had an experience with them? Because I'm kind of curious to how that works. Is there a separate number that you call for those vehicles or what? Not not the biggest fan of driverless anything, let alone I know, right? I know. I went into uh, like a factory shop that was everything in there was being ran by robots, and there was just a few different people there. But for some reason, when I walked in, I instantly got nervous because I was kind of like, maybe something could go wrong. Okay, welcome. Thank you, Creola, for sharing that information. Creola says their service is like Uber and Lyft. So is there a number that you call specifically? Is it an app? Is there an app? I'm just kind of curious. Not that I want to utilize that service yet. I don't think I'm quite ready, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe someday in the future I'll be brave enough. Driverless 18 wheelers is scary. I'm not ready to see that. It is very, I'm scared of the 18 wheelers with drivers. So definitely 18 wheeler driverless 18 wheelers is not going to be something that I'm ready to see. So, and the thing about driverless 18 wheelers, we are ready. So we used to have a shortage on 18 wheeler drivers. So I can understand that there's definitely a need for that, but the safety is a challenge. So I work for most of you know me. I work for the Department of Transportation, and so a lot of those cars are depending on the condition and the build of the roads. So those vehicles, those driverless vehicles, count on um, the perfect world, things being right. Because, have you ever been on the road where you see some of the stripes are kind of not clear, or even you as a person in the vehicle gets confused because maybe they were rehabbing the road and didn't completely remove the stripes, and there's a shadow of one that's still there. Don't you think maybe that could be confusing it's confusing to the public at times, let alone a driverless vehicle? Because me, as a person who works for the Department of Transportation, even me, I get confused, and I know the rules of the road. So it's a really interesting thing. Corella said yes, just like a taxi service. Patricia says, I think that's the app you can use, Waymo. Oh, Waymo is the app that you can use to call a driverless taxi. Wow, that is interesting. Hi, Abby. Welcome to the show. Creola says they have driverless 18 wheelers on the road in testing. So they are yes, they definitely are on the road. I haven't seen it in person, but I saw them being tested. And so, like I said, before there was a need for 18-wheel drivers, and maybe there still is a need, and that's why they've chosen to take that risk. Because, as I said, Texas actually have, we're in Texas, and Texas actually has some of the best roads in the United States. That's what has been said, and but they still aren't perfect. And I just can't imagine the 18 wheeler in the lane next to me. And I couldn't imagine looking up, because I'm always looking for that person in the car, in the 18 wheeler, in their window. I mean, in their mirror, their side mirror, to make sure they see me. So it would be so scary to look in that mirror and realize that there is nobody to see me in my vehicle. So, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with that. So Yinka's Pep Talk says, I just Googled it. You have to change your settings in Uber. Ride preferences. Okay, autonomous. And that will switch your app to that option. Oh, wow. That is really interesting. That is really interesting. Abby says, yes, she has heard of Waymo. And so, Abby, that is exactly why we are here. We're here to discuss that. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Is technology going too far? Is AI going too far? I think that AI, um, we don't even know the extent of what AI can already do. I just think that our brains can't even comprehend, compared to the capabilities of AI. It's like our brain is the size of a pea. So it's like we literally have pea brains. Now, AI has this infinite knowledge, this infinite abilities, but it's the trust. Can we fully trust AI? As I said, it's being taught by billions and billions of different people with different attitudes and different thoughts, and good thoughts and bad thoughts. And so which characters, which commands, which ones is being is teaching AI? Which one is it picking up? Which one is it uh, reflecting back to us? Because it's definitely a reflection of what is being taught, and what it's being taught is by us as humans. We don't have that in UK yet. Abby says we don't have that in UK yet, but we have robot delivery service for groceries and food. I actually saw a robot when I was in California delivering food. I thought it was the coolest thing. But as my daughter drives Uber Eats, I think about that. I was like, if robots is delivering our food, then that's taking my daughter out of the equation. And she's in college, and she's paying for herself to get through college. So, that goes back to the, conversation of, you know, are we shaping AI, or is AI shaping us? Because if there's no jobs, if AI takes on all the available employment, then what will we do? Now, I don't 100% feel like AI can take all jobs, because, like I said, AI doesn't have a soul. I create events for people, and from experience, from memories, and we have a colorful mind, and I just don't feel like AI is there yet. So we'll see. Um, Abby says, also, yes, drones deliver food, or food deliveries. I have seen that too, but I haven't experienced that one. Have you actually experienced that one? Because how does that work? The drone just drops it on your porch, or I really would love to know how that works. Uncle Benno has come in the building. Welcome, Uncle Benno. UB is in the building. Abby says, my trouble. Uncle Benno, good evening, sir. Patricia said, yep, it will replace a lot of jobs that people currently have. And that, unfortunately, that is a thought that I have. I still feel like there is a place for AI. I still feel that. But I do feel also that it's going to replace some some jobs, and we have to be ready. So we need to work more on ourselves and make sure we explore our full capabilities. And that might be a good thing as it relates to AI, to push us to do more and to be more than we think that we can be. So who knows? During COVID, was the first time I saw Amazon deliver my order via drone. 1 minute it was there, and the next minute the order was at the door. But I'm not ready for the driverless stage. Yeah, I can only imagine how that would be beneficial to us to be able to get our orders like in literally, 5 minutes. Yes, that would be wonderful. But again, is it are people going to lose their jobs because AI, they won't be needed because AI will take up a lot of those jobs? Let's see. Abby said, yeah, it'll render a lot of proof jobless. Yeah, unfortunately. Mr. Talk says it was exciting to see, but then it also meant someone was out of a job, and that was concerning. Yes, absolutely. That is definitely a concern. Hey, welcome, Samuel Alexander. Welcome to the Real MoJo Show. AI will not take your job. Okay, someone using AI. You know what? I hear you. You know, I, you should come on camera. I dropped the link in the chat. I would love to talk more about that, Mr. Samuel Alexander. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat if you're willing to come on and have that discussion. The link is in the chat. All right. Abby says, in the banks here, stores, and even post offices, there are rarely any staff, just a bunch of machines that do everything. I haven't been in a bank in a while, so I don't even know how the banks are here. So if anybody has any information about the banks here in the United States, is it being operated by a lot of robots or AI? I'm not really sure. I can't even remember the last time I've been to a bank. That's funny. Um, I'm just
Someone
back.
is in the garage.
I'm just back from CVS. Only two staff. Everything was automated. I was sad to see that because it means at least five people are out of work. Very true. So where are you chatting from? I'm kind of curious to what TVS is it here in the States, or is it where are you chatting from? Okay, so Abby says yes, it sends notifications that the drone is on its way, about to drop, etc. And then you know when it's close and go out for it. Ah, okay, so that's the food delivery. All right. Um, Patricia says, but like emotional support animals and emotional support people, AI couldn't even do that type of job. And that's what I was saying. There's no soul behind it. So exactly, that is the point that I was saying. Okay, so Mr. Talk says, I guess the next blue collar jobs will be those using AI. Yeah, you know, that is probably quite true. Um, it's a scary thought. I go in between because it's funny because most of my home is automated, and I realized that the other day when my internet wasn't working, and so when my internet wasn't working, my garage door was connected. All my, of course, my Alexas, my lights, my TV, and I was talking to an empty black box, which is also the limitations of AI. So I couldn't open my garage. Oh, even my front door is, uh, activated with my phone. So it's something to think about because one thing we all know, is that technology fails. It's not fail proof. It definitely fails. And I know you may say that humans, it's possible for humans to fail because, of course, we're not perfect. Okay, Maryland, you're chatting from Maryland. So they have that technology. Okay, in Maryland at the CVS. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Okay. And Abby's in UK. So in UK, so has drones been around for a while? Is that something new, Abby? All right, Abby. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so Sam, the link won't open. Let me try to put it back here. Look at it in the chat. I want to bring Sam on because he knows a lot and he can share a lot about AI. I won't tell his story, but if he's able to get in here, he'll be able to share. Sam does a lot of work in the fashion industry and a lot of AI. So Curla says, we closed the parking lot of the office for our back to school drive. A Waymo vehicle was ignoring yet. Exactly. We had to stand in front of the vehicle to stop it. You had to stand in front of the vehicle from stopping from driving through the crowd. Wait, whose job was it to stand in front of the vehicle? That's the first thing I want to say, because that is not something that I'm willing to do. So no, thank you. But that again tells you the limitations of AI. And even though yes, it will evolve over time, I think I see Sam trying to come in. I saw something pop up, and then it went off. So that is the scary thing. And our roads, as wonderful as our Texas roads are, they are not perfect. And so I don't know if y'all remember that movie. Um, oh gosh, I can't remember it, but it was where the one where all those Tesla cars were going berserk, and they was just driving and running into the back of each other. See, that's when I think of AI really being set loose. That is the vision that I have. um, yes, thank you. Please show your support by liking the video if you haven't done so. Good night, Abby. Thank you. So, were you not able to get in, Samuel? So Ben says, "I want joy." Here we go. Ben says he wants a droid, a second wife. We are getting, you think we're getting there? Unfortunately, as much as I don't like to say that, Uncle Ben, just like when I started this conversation saying that people are falling in love with their chat box and giving them names and confiding in them and finding love, um, I'm. It's not too far. It's coming. But you, Uncle Ben, you don't get second wifeful. Don't even try it. Don't try it, okay? Uncle Ben, so that she can take the. I know, Uncle Ben's wife is gonna slap him. Okay, Sam, I'm gonna try to send it from my phone. Let me try to. I really want Sam to come in and share. Let me send it from my phone. I'm not sure why it's not working, but I'll send it. Let me see. I'm gonna drop it in your text messages. You'll have to let me know if you get it. I'm not sure why the link isn't working. So, okay, I just sent it to you. Let me know if it works. All right, Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben always brings this trouble. You got the screenshot for proof. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. We're having some technical difficulties here. All right. Creola says it kept making the block and returning until we were able to get the company on the phone. Oh my God. That that is scary. All right. Okay, finally we got Sam coming in. We're gonna add Sam to the stream here. All right. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
The block and returning until we were able to get the company on the phone. Oh my God. That here, turn the all right. Okay, finally we got Sam coming in.
Can you hear me?
We're gonna add Sam to the I'm hearing my echo. Welcome, welcome.
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 The block and returning until we were able to get the company on the phone. Oh my God. That's here. All right. Okay, finally we got Sam coming in.
Can you hear me?
We're gonna add Sam to I'm hearing my echo. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. The block and returning until we were able to get the company on the phone. Oh my God. That's so mute your phone. All right. Okay, finally we got Sam coming in. Can you hear me? Welcome, welcome. All right, I don't know what's going on, but Sam, try to come back in, and we'll see if we can get you in. Patricia says she thinks the name of the movie was "Leave the World Behind." I also think that was the name of the movie. Okay, Sam, if you can hear me, try. Okay, you tried to join again. Okay, let's see if it works. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I forgot to turn off my computer, so it's getting feedback. So that's why we were getting difficult. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Welcome to the show. So I was so excited to see you in the chat because I know you have a lot that you can share as it relates to AI. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, Sam Alexander. I'm Margie's big brother, and I have a company called C2C Fashion and Technology. I don't know. We kind of have a duplicate thing going on here, but hopefully you can hear what I'm saying.
We can hear you.
Okay. Basically, though, the thing that I see that a lot of people are dealing with right now, they've jumped on the hype of AI when they should really be talking about IoT. And what you guys are talking about with those driverless cars downtown are called autonomous technology. And autonomous technology is where you're processing the data at the point of collection versus going back and forth between the internet. So you're looking at right now the microchips that they're developing have so much power that they have so much power as most of the computers have. So you're going to see a lot more autonomous technology, which is going to be a part of what we call DApps, decentralized applications, which is your applications with AI that are basically being built
Uh-huh. You said, what about AI is
now. I
being
said
built?
you're going to see a lot of DApps, the decentralized applications. Those are applications that are being built with AI versus the way that they're being built now.
Okay. So,
So right now,
so
what everyone should be concerned with is IoT, Internet of Things. And I had a guy tell me the other day that's an old term, but basically what it means is everything that can be connected will be connected. The only things that'll have value are the things you cannot connect.
oh, that, well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. So, but you can't connect us. So
You
you
are
said the only
connected to
thing,
that phone. You're connected to that phone all day long.
yeah. And like I
Also,
was just
you got to
saying,
think about how many dimensions we're moving into. You've got multiple dimensions being stacked on top of each other now.
mm-hmm, multiple, okay.
Okay, so when you move into
I'm
to
pulling, I want you to share. Go ahead.
no, what you're looking at is just the largest paradigm shift that you've ever seen in the history of the world that we're going through. But there's not a lot of knowledge being given to people that really they need to understand. You know, they get caught up in the hype. First, it was the metaverse, then it was NFTs, and now it's artificial intelligence. But what we're moving to is called tokenization and IoT. Everything will be connected, and that's what we're doing now is connecting everything.
You said
Even
token.
your fashion is being connected.
Exactly, and that's why I was bringing you on so that you could share a little bit about that.
Okay, what you're looking at now is we're reshoring, but we're reshoring with smart factories, smart networks, and smart products. And those products will be integrated into the smart cities. So everything will be connected into the smart cities.
So when you speak of smart cities, explain that
You,
to those of us who may.
well, you'll have for instance, if you go into a restaurant, when you walk in, they'll know who you are. They'll know what your problems with diet is. They'll be able to create a menu specifically for you on demand. There'll be all kinds of things that'll be customized. And what we're doing now is is basically predictive analytics, meaning we can predict what you need before you even know you need it.
Wow. Yeah. That's intense. That is intense.
But that's what we're dealing with.
So, but when you say small cities and like you said, you can go into restaurant. So what defines one city from another
It's all
city?
IoT.
Kind of.
It's all connected. Everything's connected.
Hmm, that's interesting. Well, if you have any questions for Sam, drop your questions in the chat. He's expanding my knowledge base on this because some of this
Well,
I'm hearing for the
I
first
lecture
time.
at 10 different universities on this weekly. So I can give you guys a lot of information. And I'm glad that you asked me to share it because I try to share this information so people can come up to speed. Because what most people are doing is chasing the ball. And you got to get ahead of this ball because this technology is moving so fast that if you're chasing it, you'll never catch it.
You know, I definitely believe that because just as the technology that let's say I'm starting this podcasting with, I'm pretty sure that my technology is way past outdated already. It's like you're not gonna. It almost seems like it would be impossible to keep up with technology because I was just saying earlier, it just evolves so quickly.
The biggest problem that we're
So
having right now is getting the education system to come up to speed because we're not getting the people that we need to be able to work in the new jobs that are being created. We're not, it's like you don't want to be a blacksmith when they're driving Ferraris.
you don't want to be a blacksmith when they're driving
When everybody's
Ferraris.
driving Ferraris. I mean, you sitting there, that's what we're walking up to. A lot of people's jobs are they're being upskilled, I should say.
Yes, it's very true. It's very
And
true.
so, things change
Patricia,
is inevitable and we have to deal with it. And the biggest problem is most people in this country decided they don't want to change anymore.
they're gonna get left behind because that's the only thing constant is
Right.
change. Patricia asks, "What is the best job or career path to have for the now?"
Entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Entrepreneurship. And what
The only
fields?
the only skill that you have right now that's of any value is your creative skills. All these degrees and books and all this stuff that people think is important has no value anymore because with AI, it's bypassed all that. And when we go into agentive AI, which is the next generation of AI, that means that the AI has become superior and more intelligent than the average human will ever think about being.
Than the average human. Scary
No, it's not.
stuff.
You know.
Scary.
Let me ask you a question, little sister. What's the opposite of love?
The H word.
You, go ahead and say it. But it's
Hate.
not.
It's
No,
hate.
the opposite of love is fear. Hate comes
Well,
from fear.
that's what I was about to
Yeah,
say. Yes.
okay. So we can't be afraid of anything. We have to learn to love and be able to open our minds up to be able to take in all the changes that are coming. And the problem that we have right now is people have been brainwashed into stagnation
From in their
in their
comfort.
corporates, right?
Yeah, a lot of people stay, and those are the first people who are already being left behind because of technology today. Already, a lot of people are already left behind. So that's very true.
But they can catch up quickly. All they have to
Uh,
do is open their minds up and see that there's nothing but opportunity because everything we have right now is brand new. It's all new knowledge. And the one that captures it first is the one that wins.
exactly. Yes, I can definitely believe that. Uh, Patricia says, "Preach, Brother Sam. You are so correct, sir." Do we have any other questions for Sam? This was a pleasant surprise for Sam to come on because I know that when he speaks to me, sometimes I'm just like blown away. He is definitely on top of latest technology and the latest. So thank you so much for coming on. So it is already 8 o'clock. So we are going to, if no one else have questions for Sam, I actually wanted to invite you back to our show, Sam. One topic I wanted to cover was how fashion can save your life. I know you do a lot with technology that has built-in technology that detects like heart attacks and things like that. Is that accurate, or can you tell us more?
Yeah, yeah. I specialize in nanobiotech products, and we have just launched a new fiber that's EMF shielding fiber because most people don't have any idea how much EMF they're being bombarded with right now. And as we move into the 5G technology, the EMF is going to be huge in your home. So we're actually creating products that you can wear now that will shield you from the EMF shield EMF products that have silver in it. We have a silver fiber and then we have a carbon fiber. And the carbon fiber basically takes the heat from your body and turns it into far infrared, which reduces your cortisol, increase your nitric oxide. We have products that will monitor just like your smartwatch. It does all the monitoring of all your vitals. And you can track all that on your phone now. So there's a lot of new technologies that are just coming out that are just updating some of the old technologies now.
Well, that and I just find all of this so interesting. So we would like to have you back to
All right.
discuss more in depth. So we will definitely talk. Let me see if there's any questions in the chat before I let you go. Patricia said it was very informative. Um, Priola said blacksmith shoe horses. Ah, okay, yes, I understand. I understand. All right. Well, with that, we thank you so much, Sam, for stopping by. I'm glad that you were able to jump on, and we will talk about a time to have you back. And so we will be in touch.
All right. Take care. Thanks for having
Thank
me. Okay.
thank
Bye-bye.
you. So um, at the end of the day, I believe that humans are shaping AI, or humans can shape AI if we stay intentional. And I also see that I too have just a lot to learn. But if we're not careful, from what I can hear and what I can see, AI will start shaping our values, our parenting, and our relationships, if it's not already doing that, is kind of how I see it. But that is all for our show today. I thank everyone for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. We have some interesting topics coming up. I'm definitely going back to support our single parents. I'm always going to have a heart for single parents, so we will definitely be sharing some more information, some more shows, and as we just saw that we will be inviting Samuel back to tell us about how fashion can save and shape our lives. I have another guest, Charlotte, who will come and talk with us about that in detail too, but more in uh, I don't want to give her topic, so you'll have to tune in to get the load on that. So, with that being said, thank you all for joining the show tonight. I am Missy Djomo, and until then, keep it real and keep your mojo. See you later. Hello, welcome to the Real Mojo with Missy Djomo. So, let me break it down for you. When I say real, I mean just that. I'm coming to you raw. I'm coming to you unfiltered and authentic. You won't see me dressed to the nines because that's not my focus. My focus is not on looks. It's on the content. This show is about real life, real issues, and real solutions. And let's be honest, it's not always pretty. In fact, at times, it's downright unattractive. But here's the thing. I'm going to share real experiences from my own life and from the life of others who will join me on this show. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm just a real person sharing what I've learned as I've lived life along the way. Now let's make it clear. I'm not here to tell you a rags to riches story because that isn't me. But what I am here to share is a rags to out of the ditches story, because life has thrown me in some ditches, and I know it's thrown some at you too. The point is not staying stuck in them, but finding the strength to climb out of them. Now let's talk about mojo. For me, mojo stands for momentum. It stands for movement. It stands for I'm moving forward. Because we're not here just to talk about the struggles and sit in them. We're here to figure out, how do we move forward? How do we turn a situation that feels heavy or hopeless into something beautiful and full of purpose? How do we go from A to Z? That's the heartbeat of this space. And that's what it means to be a part of the Real MoJo family. So if this resonates with you, I invite you to push that subscribe button, join the conversation, and grow with me in future episodes. Until next time, keep it real and keep your mojo. I'll see you soon.